Hello there, I'm going to show you how to make this. It's a fabric book cover and it just slides on the back onto the sides of the book, and it helps to protect your book from getting damaged. I have over 500 sewing and quilting videos, so please subscribe to my channel. My book cover is going to be completely different size to your book cover, unless of course you have exactly the same book. So basically you're going to open it all out and you are going to measure across. So mine measures in at, oh, you want to include the spine, by the way. So you're better off, if you do have a spine, closing the book. I'm glad I caught that. And going all the way around the book like this. And mine just measures in at 18.5, but I said it's going to be 19. So you want to do the same thing up and down the book. So mine is 11. So you're going to write them two sizes down. So mine was 19 and 11. And what we're going to do on the width is that we're going to add an extra 8 inches to that 19. So it would be 27. And I'm going to add an extra 2 inches on my 11, which is 13 inches. So I have that piece cut. So I have this cute piece of cat fabric cut for my fabric book cover. The first thing you're going to want to do is just iron the raw seams at each end. So you're going to fold it in about 1/4 of an inch and then fold it in again 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine. We're going to do this side and we're going to do the other side. I've secured both ends with wonder clips so it doesn't move on me. So I have hemmed both ends. I use a Babylock Soprano for all of my sewing tutorials. I am not paid nor sponsored to create this video. These are the settings that I'll be using. We have a Gutermann thread in our top thread. My sewing needle, I use a 9014 Microtech sewing needle and also have a white thread in my bobbin. Attached to my sewing foot, I have the 1/4 of an inch foot with guide, which helps me get a nice 1/4 of an inch. Always start sewing and make sure that you back stitch just to lock your stitches in and then sew all the way down. Once you've sewed the first side, you're going to turn it over and you're going to sew the next side, creating that hem. Now let's find the center of the fabric. Just fold it over and press. That creates a nice pressed line. So now you're going to place your book central to this line. Don't forget we've got a little bit of this spine here. And then open. Now you're going to pull this open on the inside of the cover, and then you're going to pin or wonder clip these sections. Do the same on the other side. So you're just going to open all the book up, and on that back cover, just going to flip it over and you're going to pin. Then you can close the book and make any adjustments if necessary. This seems okay, and I wanted to have this particular cat the focal point because it looks a little bit like my cat, but this is the tester that your book can actually open and close. Now take the pins out and then make sure that your fabric is facing the right side. Place your book in that center fold over again, pin into place once again. So don't forget, your fabric is now facing you, and then you have this ugly side looking at you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to mark a line next to the end of the book. So this is my line here, and this is going to be my sewing line. So I'm going to sew here, sew along this line here, sew along this line here, and also this line here. So you are now free to take the book out and then sew. I also recommend when you're doing these end bits here that you just go over it a couple of times, because you're going to be putting your book in and out of here, and you just want some extra stability really, so it doesn't give any of the sewing threads. Now we have these raw edges on the top as we do on the bottom, and I've not clipped anything yet because I'm going to use this excess from underneath this line to fold our fabric over and fold it over again. Try not to go too much past where we've stitched. When you are doing this hem, you're doing it from the wrong side, because you don't want to do it on this side because the hem would be showing. We want to conceal the hem. So make sure that you're doing the hem from the wrong side. I did all my hemming both on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and start stitching once again. If you have any loose threads, just take them off now, just so it's neat and tidy. Turn your fabric right sides out. Just poke these open. Probably get a chopstick just to get them points nicely turned out. Take it over to the iron and press everything nice and flat. The next thing I'm going to recommend that you do is open this up again and just stitch along here and just closing this one part down. Don't stitch on the double fold. Just stitch on this open bit, closing this binding, and then you can just press this shut. And do not go anywhere near this flap here, otherwise you'll never get your book in. So you will slip your book in from one end. And it'll be better if you open the book out like this. And put this end on. And then once you've got both ends on, you can close the book up. And there you go, one fabric book cover. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I have over 500 sewing tutorials on my channel.